Good morning. It is November 30th. It is 5:22 in the morning. Nice breeze out here, nice and cool. All I can hear is the crickets in the grass and the 18-wheeler that's driving by right now. Oh, a couple dogs barking. Perfect time to be out. Perfect time to think. And thanks a lot for coming and getting some energy. Today is a Tuesday in the morning. I've been finishing up. Sorry, I shouldn't say finishing up. I'm about halfway through the Will Smith's book called Will. And I like the way he put a twist on that. He gave him the meaning of his name, Will, to have the will to do something. And it's funny, you attribute somebody's name to some person and you never really give any more second thought of the meaning behind the word. But yeah, his name is Will. Gives himself the will. His father said, name my son Will. Yesterday, I read a section in the book and he's talking about how during the late 80s, early 90s, he was at the top of his game and how he was making a lot of money and he had all the credit cards and he had relationship issues. But he gave a nice thought. He talked about fighting against yourself. And he says, imagine that you were supposed to be in a title fight with Mike Tyson or whoever's the best fighter that you know. The best fighter in the world. You're going to be in a title fight with them. And so from day one, you hire the best trainer, you hire the best coaches, you get into the best shape of your life, you eat right, you train hard every single day. Before the fight, you are in the gym and you train your hardest and you think, I've got a shot at beating Mike Tyson. So day comes, you've never looked better in your entire life. You walk into the ring, you hear the ring go ding, ding, ding. And in 15 seconds, you take a swipe at Mike Tyson and he catches you with his infamous left hook and knocks you flat on your back and you're out. He says those kind of losses are the kind of losses that you gave it everything, you gave it all you could, and in that moment it was you versus Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson is just a better fighter. There's no way around it. And he says those kind of losses are very, very much bearable because we gave it our whole effort and we did all the best we can. So we can say, at least I did my best and I still lost, but that's okay. I trained the hardest. And in the heart of my heart, I knew I wasn't going to beat Mike Tyson. But anyway, he calls those natural destruction. That's natural destruction. You lose just because the other person was superior to you. He says, but what if you thought about getting to the ring and so time to prepare was before you, and instead of getting the best trainer and getting the best coaches, you just lollygagged about life and you hired your friend Pookie, who's a friend down the road, to train you, and you skipped workouts and you didn't really care about what you ate and you didn't give it 100% effort. So fight night is on, match is here, you get into the ring, same thing, 15 seconds you get knocked out. He says those kind of losses hurt because you realize in that moment it wasn't just you versus Mike Tyson, it was you versus Mike Tyson versus yourself, and you're gonna live with a little bit of regret for the rest of your life because you only get this opportunity once in a lifetime to fight against the best. And he said you're gonna live there and you're gonna think about that for the rest of your life, like, oh, I wonder what would have happened if I gave it my best. I wonder what would have happened. Maybe I would have had a chance if I gave it my best and I did the right training, I did the right scheduling, I got the right coaches, I got the right trainers, and I put in the work and I put in the time. Maybe, just maybe, I would have actually beat Mike Tyson. But that moment is past and gone. And so, instead of natural destruction, this is called self-destruction. So he talks about his rap career, and he wasn't really giving his whole heart, whereas he was, in his prior years to it. And so that kind of really struck a chord with me. Try to just give our best, give our 100% as much as you can. As selective, obviously. Don't give 100% into non-essential activities, right? Yeah. I try to think of an example. Okay, so for me, I do a lot of works on like spreadsheets and Excel, and I have to-do lists and all this. So if I gave 100% to reorganizing it just so that it looks nice, that's not the best use of my time. Yes, I'm giving 100%, but we have to be selective in what the 100% goes towards. Now, if I use that time to say, hey, wake up in the morning and get your butt out the front door, then that's a different story. See, that effort there is worth it. That is making a big difference. So obviously we want to go hard. We want to go wholehearted into things that we do, but we have to be selective because we only have a limited amount of resources in our brains, in our minds, in our time. We only got the same 24 hours a day. And so how are you going to allocate it to the correct essential activities in your life? Yeah. We had some friends come over last night, and before they left, I said, okay, because we had a conversation earlier that week or the week before, I forget. I think it was earlier last week Monday. So last week Monday, it was just the boys. We had a conversation, and they were very nitpicky about the things that they didn't like in the houses of their friends. So they went through this person's house and they talked with each other what they don't like about that person's house, and they went through about this other person's house and they talked about what they didn't like about that other person's house, and they finally got to me and I said, okay, let's hear it. Well, what you guys got? Well, what don't you like? I think their general response was too much stuff, not dirty, not super untidy, but just too much stuff. So in the moment, I was like, okay, whatever. I don't really give 100% to like the way my house looks, and my wife is the same way too. We don't give 100% to it has to be aesthetically pleasing. I'm more function, hey, if I need another desk, I put another desk right there, and that desk, it's not going to match the theme of the room, and it's not going to have the same wood grain, or it's not going to match the colors in this room, but it's a desk. It's what I use to write my affirmations or my habit wheel, or like it's my desk, Yes, it looks out of place, but it's functionally very, very productive for me. So anyway, come out. So last night, friends came over last night to our house, hung out for a little bit. Before they left, I asked, okay, let's go. We'll walk through this house, and then you point out to me things that you see that if it was you would fix. Not making any promises, because I kind of like the way my setup is already, but let's just hear it, And if there's anything valid that I hear, then yeah, we could make a change. Okay, so we walk through my room and walk through my living room, and they said, okay, well, maybe the table should be here, and then you have a pegboard, but the pegboard, things are hanging all outside the borders of the pegboard, and maybe if they're hanging inside of the pegboard, then it'd look cleaner. So I was like, okay. Sometimes you need other people to give you a different viewpoint, perspective on your things. And I never really gave it much thought. I have a pegboard, and some of my tools are hanging below the pegboard. So there's the square pegboard, and then right under here, I hang something right here, so it dangles off like this. I never gave it much thought ever in my life. I never even saw it. But he's like, oh, that really bothers the heck out of me. I'm like, really? Okay, sure. And that's fine if it's aesthetically better and it doesn't really kill the function of it, then yeah, I'm all for it. So anyway, I got off track a little bit. All right, so yeah, that's what I mean about giving 100% to things that you view as essential. And to my other friends, they view very aesthetically pleasing things in their house as essential, and they'll devote a lot of time and a lot of energies in order to fix that thing up so it doesn't become an eyesore for them. But for myself, it didn't really make a big of a difference. It doesn't really bother me, I should say. Anyway, I took to heart some of the things they said, and who knows, maybe some of those things I'll change. And Yeah. So, natural destruction, it's gonna happen. But as long as you gave it your best effort, you got into the ring, you got knocked out by Mike Tyson. As long as you didn't fight you versus you, Mike Tyson versus you, don't fight yourself. And you fighting yourself again means that in the future, looking back, you're gonna be like, oh, I wish I did this. That's you fighting yourself in the back because you weren't just disciplined enough to put in the work. And yeah, so natural destruction, self-destruction, and choosing where you give your 100%. I love you guys. Thank you guys very much. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk and get some things off my chest, and to really, this time for me is time for me to assimilate some ideas that I had in my head, and then that I get to speak it out. And then once I start speaking it out, it becomes more concrete in my own mind. And for me, so this gives me an opportunity to practice speaking. So anyway, if you're still here at 11-minute mark, thank you very much again. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Stay self-disciplined, choose your battles, and we'll see you again tomorrow on Wednesday. Aloha. Love you guys. Take care.